Hey YouTube, welcome to our channel. I am Christine Clinch.
John Clinch.
And we want to show you our property, a little bit about our facilities as a first generation horse training couple who is slowly building our property piece by piece on a budget. Let's go. So can you tell YouTube about when did we get here? We got here a little over a year ago?
Yeah,
Like
about May 2024. Yeah.
Okay.
hmm Yeah.
And what was the property like then?
So I think the first time that we came and looked at it, like it was pretty brushy. I kind of instantly fell in love with it. It's a really long, slender piece of land, but it it's got this grass up here, and it's got some terrain in the back, so it's kind of perfect for what we were wanting to do. Starting colts and training horses, and running a few cows to work. Or cutting horses on and cow horses on. But we've made a lot of improvements to it so far.
And we've just had the horses out here since only
October
of
yeah,
last year.
October. So we haven't quite had our business here for a year yet.
And what were we doing before that? We were renting a bunch of facilities.
Yeah. I think we'd been renting since 2020, and I don't know exactly what. Well, yeah, June or July of 2020 was when we started renting. We rented from Three Rivers in Glen Rose, Texas. And then from there, we went to Perrin, and then from there, we went to Stephenville and rented a couple of places 6 months at a time in 2023 and 4, and then we landed here.
So you didn't grow up with horses. I mean, I didn't either, really.
No, not from like a really early age. Like, I think we got horses when I was in 7th or 8th grade, so 2007, 2008.
And I mean, your family they weren't horse people to begin with.
No, not really. Mom had a horse when she was growing up that she rode around, down county roads around their dairy farm, stuff like that. So she had always wanted another horse, and we kind of pestered Dad about it, for years. And then we actually got horses because of Civil War reenactments and that all of us kids were involved in. And then we took Dad with us one time, and he had to march around for one weekend. And after that, he gave in and got us all horses so we could do the cavalry stuff. So one thing that we just really loved about this place was it was, other than moving our house in here, which we already owned a mobile home. That's kind of a long story. Um, the the place itself was set up just perfect for us. It's got this nice 7-strand barbed wire fence all the way around, with like a pipe post every probably 100 feet. The front entrance has pipe and welded wire, and it already had a well and power run to it. So it was everything that we needed to get started. Did Skipper just kill a bunny or something? We must have got away from him. Come on, Hannah. Come on, sweetie. Come this way, baby.
And of course, we have, if you didn't know, we have 3 kids under 3, and they go everywhere with us, so they're in tow. We've got this nice, wonderful wagon. It's a 4-seater. You can also put an infant carrier on there. It's got this little grocery buggy net that I put it in. So we're going to take you over here to our cutting pen and show you how we have built our cutting pen on a budget. We had some show horses in training, and when we moved our business out here, we sent all of our show horses home because our facilities were only going to allow us to train 2 year olds and cutting horses. Eventually, the plan is to put a reining pad right here in this area and have a cow horse size arena, and then we'll have some cow pens, some pipe cow pens in between both arenas right here. However, that's just not something that we can do immediately. So let's go over to our cutting pen. So here is the entrance to our cutting pen right here. I'll just show you around here, and then I'm going to let John talk about kind of how we built it on a budget.
It's a 110 by 110, and that was just kind of what we had pushed up a bunch of topsoil from over there because there's not really a flat place on our place. So so we pushed up a bunch of topsoil and we had them make us a little pad, and it's really rocky and kind of this black kind of clay dirt. So we had them make the pad for us, left a little slope so it would drain. There was a lot of power poles on this place when we bought it. We went to the co-op, got some free power poles and some used ones, and cut them up to make posts, and then put those posts in the ground about 3 feet. And so we built the overheads. I had the gates were given to us. Some of the metal was given to us. Everything's pretty affordable in this arena. So I think we've only got about, I don't know, 800 in the quarter rounds. They were from a local sawmill that sold them by the trailer load. The ropes were mostly free. The cattle panel, of course, was probably the most expensive part. I think we have about 1,400 in the cattle panel, and we wanted that up because I didn't know how soon we were going to get the quarter rounds up. So we wanted the cattle panel up so that we could work cows or ride colts in here, even if we didn't have the quarter rounds tied up. But we ended up getting it all put together in probably the span of about 2 months is how long it took us to kind of get it all put together. We were blessed enough to find a sand pit on our place here. So I spent 3 days hauling sand in, and it was just the perfect amount that I could get out with the tractor and a little skid steer. And I hauled it up here. All I had to do was rent a dump trailer, and I just hauled it up in here for 3 days. So we have just enough sand in here to work horses on, probably about 4, 5, 6 inches in some places. And it keeps us above the rocks. Oh, and one step I forgot was that we had Tyler Heck with Heck Arena Services, and he's pretty local to us, and we've known him, a long time, since college days at Tarleton. And he came in here and just, got some huge rocks out, lots of little ones. We have a big pile of rocks over there still that he got out. And before I rode any horses in here after he was done is whenever I hauled the sand in, because I didn't want any more rocks getting pulled up. So anyway, this arena has been this cutting pen has been just a great thing for us to have, and it's kind of got us started here, and we can start colts, 2 year olds and or what have you, and we can work, finished cutters in here if we wanted to. So the plan is to eventually have a big reining arena, so we can go down the fence or, even put roping boxes in it one of these days.
So that is how to build an arena on a budget. There's a lot of projects going on here all the time, and we hope to be sharing those with y'all, sharing the journey, and maybe it'll help you out with whatever kind of facilities that you're building, and inspire you that if there's a will, there's a way, and a lot of prayer.
Yeah, for sure.
So, thanks, YouTube.